What is going on, guys? My name is Lextasy and welcome back to the very first episode of Lex News, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. If you do love this segment, definitely drop the comment down below of what else you want me to cover and talk about, as well as, drop a like as well, because it means a lot and it helps my little channel to grow and explode on this YouTube universe. So what is Lex News? Well, if you guys are not new to this channel, you know that we live and breathe cars, so it consists of three different segments. The first one covers all car news, anything and everything in this world. Second part consists of YouTuber car news, the YouTubers that we love to watch, and if I don't mention something you guys want to see, definitely comment them down below and I will include them in the next video. We'll talk about anything and everything that happens in their lives, or at least the ones that I follow. And the third segment is called Because I Said So, so you definitely want to stick around for that one. It's kind of funny and I do want your opinions. And before we start this first episode, I want to say a big thank you to getting my channel to 10,000 subscribers. Some channels do it in a few hours. It took me a few years to do it, but from this point on, we're going to continue to grow and get bigger, and I hope you guys really enjoy it because the sky's the limit. So let's talk about the car news in this world and everything that's going on in it. If you're a Mopar guy like me, obviously this is a Dodge Charger chassis behind me because we are going to be building it into a massive drag race car. December 27, 2023 was the last day of production for Chargers and Challengers, guys. That's it. They're done for. No more Hellcats, no more Scat Packs, no more Demons. That was it. The last Demon was a black on black, if I'm not mistaken. They came off the line. I love my Mopars. I love SRTs. I love everything about the Charger and the whole Mopar platform overall. I think it's a great product. They are going to be bringing it back later. I don't want to talk about it because it's going to be a hybrid mixture with V6 and stuff like that unfortunately I'm not looking forward to. Nor do I really support the plug-in hybrid stuff. I mean, I have a Tesla and I honestly don't like it. So what does this mean for the Mopar market? Well, don't let yours get stolen because, well, if it does get stolen, usually insurance pays you out. Go ahead and pick out another one on the lot. Now you're going to be picking from used ones and you can't get a new one anymore. And secondly, I wish they made a Chrysler Pacifica or Town & Country with that Hellcat motor. We have a Dodge Durango Hellcat that's modified to 1,000 horsepower. Love every second of driving that thing. If they came out with a minivan, I promise you I would have been one of the first ones to have one of those, and I would have been roasting tires and at the drag strip the next day because, well, forget the warranty. Speaking of the Dodge platform or the Mopar platform, you guys know what a Dodge Demon 170 is, right? They only made 3,300 of them, 3,000 for the USA and 300 for Canada. That's it, done for. There is something that really scummy happened with a dealership in Mississippi. There was a gentleman that is a US soldier, which I appreciate your service if you watch this video, that is literally serving in the Middle East. He placed an order for an F8 green Dodge Demon. While he was gone away, it came in, right? His salesperson sends him photos, says, hey, your car's here, thank you, when you coming to get it? And he tells him it'll be a few weeks before, not me, obviously, I'm still serving for a few more months, but my wife will come and pick it up. No problem. Next thing he knows, he sees the same Demon being posted on a Facebook page by a new owner that's claiming to be a new owner. Well, turns out the VIN numbers match on the window sticker. So that is the worst way to find out that your Dodge Demon that you were going to pay over sticker for got sold to somebody else who was going to pay more over sticker while you're serving your country. I don't want to get into the politics, but I feel like that is the most scummiest thing anybody could have done. Unfortunately, the dealership could not do anything to remedy the situation because, well, the Dodge Demon allocations are extremely slim. So the CEO of Dodge had to step in and find them one of the 40 allocations that were left over, and specifically say for the dealerships that do very well or sell the most of these Dodge Demons, they were given an extra unit. Well, they took one of those units and give it to this guy. So fortunately, everything turned out in his favor. Speaking of plugins, let's talk about the Tesla and the Tesla Cybertruck that everybody is raving all over because, well, it's the new thing that looks futuristic and alienish in my opinion, and people love them. Well, the first one's already been in the wreck, and it was a Tesla Cybertruck versus a Toyota Corolla that I guess it would happen in California on the mountain roads. The Corolla hit an embankment, overcorrected, went back into the road, and head-on hit a Tesla Cybertruck. Nobody got seriously injured, which is a big plus, except the Cybertruck guy, but it wasn't too big, and he didn't want any medical attention, so everything worked out good. But you're probably going to see that one on Copart, and hopefully Goon Squad grabs it. What I'm wondering is on this Cybertruck, how everything is super square body. It's going to be really hard to make every corner fit correctly without showing any gaps or anything because, well, it's not really a rounded figure, right? So anytime you have these cut and dry corners, it's going to be really noticeable when a body shop does a really bad job of fixing one of these cars. But being made out of complete all metal, I'm guessing that a lot of these body parts are screwed on or bolted on instead of being, welded on or anything like that. So replacing them should be a lot more easier. Comment down below, what do you think of the plug-in platform of the Teslas? Now, speaking speaking of drag strips, that's another thing I want to cover. Let's talk about the fact that everyone says drag strips are the thing of the past. They're going away. Nobody cares about them anymore. Nobody wants to do drag racing. I personally disagree, and here's 3 reasons why. It's not the fact that they want to go away. It's because they have to go away. They're being pushed by noise ordinances, noise complaints. It's really tough to have a 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 horsepower cars flying down the strip, making a lot of noise, obviously, and not have it annoy other people or neighbors even a mile away. Especially like for me that lives in the mountains, everything echoes off these mountains. It's really hard to have an event without really pissing off a lot of neighbors and people like that are going to complain at some point. And the second reason, I think a lot of you will agree with this, because, well, I would say 80% of us that go to the drag strip to enjoy it drive our cars daily, right? It's a daily driver. It's not a drag strip that's only going to be for drag racing and that's it. Which means that you're going to be modifying the car, you're going to be changing the exhaust, you're going to be tuning the car, which also means it's going to be hard for you to pass emissions and all those really high restrictions that are happening in a lot of different states, including my county and my state in North Carolina, where emissions is a big deal. You have to pass it every year or else you're not getting a new license plate or a new sticker. Now, I was told by a close friend of mine that's a master mechanic at a dealership that they are being trained on not having to do the state inspection period. There's a reason why every car has Wi-Fi, just like it's able to update its program or software once in a while or be able to provide you internet for your phone and your laptops. It's going to use the same Wi-Fi to send the manufacturer information like, hey, this guy's car is modified, which means no more warranty, but it's also going to be able to show the DMV records of, hey, he can't pass any emissions because it's modified or it's messed with the ECU or the TCU. So it's crazy what this world is coming to, but it's just making it really hard for us to enjoy our cars and still have them street legal. And the third reason I think a lot of you will agree with, it's getting really tough to be able to afford to modify a car and still support yourself with basic lifestyle needs like, well, paying for a mortgage or rent, paying for food, because modifying the car these days is getting stupid expensive. An intake alone is costing between $500 to $700 for any vehicle, where it used to be like $200 to $300. Same goes for exhaust. So being able to afford to have fun on the side these days is requiring a high source of income. Now let's talk about the YouTuber automotive news. And this is a really fun segment for me because I love following other people's and their builds and how creative they get. Just like we're doing a lot of builds and joined a race team on our channel as well. Let's talk about the F150s, guys. You know I'm a big fan of those. We had an 1100 horsepower Whippled F150 regular cab short bed on this channel. Loved every minute of it. I traded in for a twin turbo R8 to another guy out of Colorado. So Cleetus, unfortunately, after showing us a lot of drag race videos and digs that he's done, that transmission definitely let go. And what I love about the car community is he had a race event happening the next day. So he posted on his Facebook page about, is anybody able to pick up a midnight performance transmission and drive it overnight and bring it to him so he can put it in his truck and still have his race event that he was putting on for a lot of people. And there's a guy in the Mustang that made it happen. I think his name was William. William, if you ever watched this video, thank you so much. That's what the car community is all about. Good karma comes around. Now, speaking of Cleetus, he just had the Boosted Boys over who brought their Honda Odyssey to the track to run against his F-150. Now, the thing about this Honda Odyssey, it's still a minivan, but it's actually built on a Model S Plaid chassis. So it's got a 1,000 horsepower minivan, which is crazy to think about. Like I said, I hate the Teslas, but they did a heck of a job building that car. It looks completely stock with race car seats inside. I think the best time they ran was a 9.625 mile, which is still crazy to think about because you got a minivan to run mid 9-second quarter mile passes. Now, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but a Honda Odyssey is not very aerodynamic. So to get one of those to run a quarter mile mid 9s, it's very, very good. So congratulations, guys. Keep up the good work. Maybe I get to meet you one day. That would be awesome to run it against, I don't know, maybe this bad boy right here. Now, we also got another channel. This is from England because I also love watching people rebuild cars from Copart, IAI, stuff like that. On my channel, we also have a segment right now where we're flipping a $400 2008 Audi A4 into a $200,000 Lamborghini. But we're doing it through Copart and IAI only. So we are buying these cars, fixing them up, flipping it, and using that money to build the next one. And we're going to work our way up to a Lamborghini, so I'm excited about that. But Matt Armstrong out of England is killing it right now, man. He just took a GT3 from auction and within a few days had it back on the road, and the damage on it looked pretty gnarly, but he took care of it. I gotta say, when somebody knows what they're doing, it's really fun to watch. If you guys want to see me talk about any other YouTubers, definitely comment their names down below, and I'll be more than happy to talk about any news that they got going on. And the last segment we're going to talk about is called Because I Said So. kind of funny, but I really do want your opinions on a topic, and we're going to pick a different topic every time. And that leads me to ask the next question. What do you guys prefer for daily driving or high horsepower builds? Is it the muscle cars like the Chevys, the Fords, and the Dodges? Or is it the German cars like the Mercedes, Audi, and the BMWs? Or are you a JDM guy and you prefer like your Nissan GTRs? Also, what do you think is going to be the next step in the evolution when it comes to racing? Do you think these V8s are going to die away and lead to these BMWs that everybody keeps talking about, the S58 or the B58 platform that is supposedly very bulletproof and can gap a lot of these GTRs and everything else like that, and the demons and the high horsepower V8s? I personally am a V8 guy, always have been, always will be. Something about that torque, that high horsepower, the brunt of that power when it kicks on is just awesome to feel. I know these twin turbo V6s can be very powerful as well, and they're more precise, I would say, with movements and with being able to really push that car, the engine, to its limits. That is the end of Lex News, guys. Comment down below, what did you think of the episode? If you liked it and you want to see another one, let's get this to 100 likes. Once this thing hits 100 likes, I will record another episode, and I want to know your opinions of what you want me to talk about as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and enjoy this new 2024 year. Race season is around the corner. Let's have some fun.